morning Celtic fans, and welcome back to the channel. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up, as it helps with the algorithm. The reason you need to subscribe is when we do the live videos, you need to be a subscriber to be able to comment on the day of the live, so make sure that you do that. There's big news been going around the last 24 hours. We're going to cover all that in this video, but the first one that I want to talk about is Octopus Sport. They obviously do quite a lot of the TV coverage abroad, and they've been talking to Davy Moyes, and Davy Moyes has said that Ange Postecoglou will never get more pressure than he did at managing Celtic Football Club. He says, Premier League pressure? What pressure? David Moyes says that Celtic are the third or fourth biggest supported team in the world. So tell me your thoughts about that. And we do know that there's Celtic fans all around the world on this channel, as we get the comments from people all around the world, Celtic fans from all over the world, people that have moved away or people that just stay in different parts of the world and support our team. It's fantastic news. So let's get into this speculation of some of the transfers and some of the facts of some of the transfers that are going to happen this week. Celtic are ready to seal their second South Korean signing this week with Kwon, and he will be joining Brendan Rodgers' team this week in a $1 million deal. It will obviously be the second South Korean signing after signing Yang, and I think that's obviously going to be a double announcement, and we hope that they do that double announcement this week when the team is in Japan. But when we look at what's actually went on this summer, we've obviously lost Aaron Moy, and we have also lost Jota, with obviously a couple of players out injured as it stands. But Brendan Rodgers has been looking at the team, and he said that he is going to trim the team. He has had conversations with players as he looks to trim the squad. A lot of us knew that there was players that had to leave Celtic or they weren't going to make the grade, but the Celtic manager has said that he looks to cut bodies in the first team pool in the next coming weeks. He has had conversations already with the first team squad, with players, and it feels that the squad is quite bloated. He says it's already underway. We're set to continue that conversations over the next couple of weeks, which is fantastic news for us. It means there's players coming in, and it will free up some cash and wages. Brendan Rodgers went on to say, I've spoken to a couple of players, and I'm sure I will do over the next course of pre-season. You have to be honest with players, says Brendan. Even as though it's a tough conversation, it must be done in the most humane way and the most direct way to tell them the plan for the football club. It is, after all, the best interest that they move on as players so that they can get playing time. If it's a move for football reasons, they simply have to do that. Those conversations have already started, but they will continue as we look to reduce the squad. Obviously, you have a 25-man squad. You can't play between 50 and 60 games, so you really need a good core group of players of around 17 plus, just to make sure that you have. And then you're obviously going to bring in the younger players to supplement that in case you have injuries. The fact that we do have quite a big squad, and we can, you have to be mindful of the European quota also, which is very complicated with the homegrown players. It says you have to look at that also. It says it's something that has come into the thinking this season as we look to make the squad slightly smaller. But there are two players coming in, so what players will leave? Tell me in the comments what players you think he has had conversations with. Obviously, there's the likes of Soro, Ajeti, James McCarthy, for instance. It's probably best that he moves on for at his stage in his career. Probably best that he moves on just to get game time. There are players coming in. I've got the striker O, who looks to be in fantastic form going by the pre-season. But the fact that we've got two players coming in this week, is there room for another player to be coming in on loan? And one transfer speculation that hasn't been ruled out by the Celtic manager, and that would be a real statement of intent if this was to happen, because let's face it, the guy's on 120 grand a week down at Arsenal, but Brendan Rodgers insists never say never with regards to a sensational return for the one and only Kieran Tierney. Would it be a good idea to bring Kieran Tierney back to the club? It would make sure that we have someone of the highest quality for the Champions League. And let's face it, at the end of the day, that's where we've been looking to make a change this season and make a slight impact. With the final of the Europa being held in Dublin next year, I was told yesterday on the live, and if you haven't watched the live, make sure you watch that because they're quite good. It's something that we are going to continue over the season, and the big ones will be on a Friday evening at 6 p.m. UK time. So if you are in the UK or if you're around the world, we will be doing lives every Friday at 6 p.m. And they're quite a good laugh, and we will be getting people onto the channel for those lives. So the fact that Brendan Rodgers is making cuts to the squad, he is thinking about bringing Kieran Tierney. It is Monday morning. I won't go on too long because let's face it, it's Monday. The last thing you want to do is be sitting and listening to me on my dulcet tones on a Monday morning. So on that note, have a great day, Celtic fans all around the world.
Lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll